toss it, you toss it. I get your words straight, Jack. It's really something to see. For lack of an encouraging word. Oh boy. Holy shit.
I got them $1.9 trillion in relief so far. But pay your fair share. He hasn't. Not at all. I wrote the bill.
You ain't done shit.
No, 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 no.
Right.
I like having fun. I like to laugh.
Hey!
I like to meet
What?
people.
Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? Hope you're cooking up something really, really good for me. Hub, 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 hub. There it is. The reverb is working today. Good morning, everybody. Tim Heidecker here. It is October 6th. First show of the month, folks.
It's showtime.
Yes, of October.
And it was a September to remember here in the Office Hours community. We had just piles and piles of fun, lots of great guests, and I just want you to remember that if you haven't watched the show in a while, go back and catch up on our interviews with Tenacious D and many others. Reggie Watts. Who else did we have in the month of September? Some big ones. Jay Weingarten again.
Jay was here. Skinner. Did you say Tenacious D?
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner was here.
And we're not stopping, folks, because we have a banger of a show today, as everybody likes to say, a banger.
Everybody.
It's lit. It's lit here. It is lit. It's off the hook. And all the rest. We've got the Chapo boys here. Will and Matt from the Chapo gang.
Hello.
Hey,
Pleased to be here.
and of course, excuse me. They're here. They're not speaking yet. Let's just follow the script. I keep doing that dumb joke that there's a script. But it amuses me. Doug, I want to welcome you to the show. You've got new toys, always new toys. Where'd you get that new toy?
Good horning.
Ooh.
You got a new toy?
I got this from Reggie Watts last week.
That's how we do. We barter, and we give, and we share, and we sell, and we. It's like a Arabian market here after the show. Victor Berger IV, check in with me, buddy.
What's up, everybody?
Now, let me ask you about these unnecessary buttons you have on your shirt. You've got
It's a lot of
extra buttons. What are you? Those top buttons there?
These are, yeah.
I'm looking at these boys up here, top.
These.
You don't know. Those make sense.
Those don't make sense either. Those are dummy
They don't
pockets.
do anything.
Well,
they
they.
actually don't do anything.
I understand that.
But,
I understand that.
Okay.
But aesthetically, they're placed well. But those two up top, do you see what I'm talking about?
Oh, these.
These boys.
This morning I was trying to like button these together. I thought it was, but it wasn't. But there's no reason. Even more. Like on the back. Like why?
What are we gonna do with these extra buttons?
It came with
They had extra buttons, they had to
and
put 'em somewhere.
It came with a little baggie with 5 extra buttons. In it. So if a button falls off, or 4 or 5, I can, no problem.
Okay.
sucks.
Well, I'm gonna ask,
I love it. Just like my favorite shirt right now.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
It looks uncomfortable to me. What the fuck? I don't know. It just let me feel the fabric.
Oh, no, it's comfy.
No way.
Come on.
No way.
Don't rain on my parade.
Do they charge
Sorry.
you extra for the more buttons?
No, it was just given. It was like
You've got a lot of
everybody
buttons.
gets
You look.
You're
Let me
getting a
just
deal.
say-
That's true.
I got some buttons here.
That's the
Got
theme
one,
song.
but these are utilitarian
They're actually
buttons.
me,
These
yeah.
are
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
there's a purpose for these buttons.
You kind of look like a director. You look like Steven Spielberg a little bit, maybe. Yeah.
Cut.
Here, wait. Damn it. Here, use this as your viewfinder.
Cut the tape.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
What do we think, Steve? Do we have a shot? I think we do it as a
Roll,
oneer.
print, cut.
Okay. Now make that kid cry so you get a good performance.
Hey, just want to imagine your parents are dead. Your parents are dead. You'll never see them again. All right, roll.
Quit being a baby about the squibs.
Yeah, really. Who? Yeah, that's my new catchphrase. Yeah, really. All right. What else, Matt? Do we have anything else to go over, or can we begin the show?
We're ready. Let's go. Let's get into it.
I want to start with thankful prayer.
Oh.
I'm thankful for Vic. All right, let's move on with the show.
To keep our country gate.
Matt, let's just kick it off with a zoomer real quick. It's not what anyone wants.
China.
Well, nobody has topics, so this is going to be a real crapshoot. Let's go with Adam Land.
We'll be right back.
2 fellows named Adam Land.
Huge. Can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear, boys.
Wow, this is huge. Huge day for us. We're longtime listeners. First time, third time Zoomers, or fourth time.
All right.
Huge day.
1, 2, 3.
What are you doing? What are you doing today? What's going on at home?
Man, I'm waiting for an update to download on my watch. There's a squirrel on my door.
Just waiting around for that,
Busy
huh?
day.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes,
We love
sir.
the future, don't we, folks? Waiting for our watches to download.
Yeah. What exciting new updates are you hoping to get out of this watch? Now that you...
There's allegedly a bug fixed,
Oh,
so
good.
like it's not going to just be crashing.
All right.
This,
PM time
interview right
available now. Post Meridian.
All right. I'm happy for you. I actually like my iWatch. I know I call it the iWatch, and that's not what it's called.
I'm excited.
But I like it because it does my it's as my fitness regime gets more sincere and earnest. It is this thing that makes you feel bad if you don't close these rings. It works for me.
I was curious,
Yeah.
like, does he have anything else besides telling us about his watch, or is there,
No, he has nothing. He's getting a new ceiling fan installed. They had to take the old one out.
Yeah, we had it. It was last week. We got this piece of shit now.
Nice.
You got a
some
bowl,
bugs in there.
Where are you
a
calling
bowl
from?
full of bulbs.
Oh, we're in the heart of the country here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nice.
Yes, sir. You
Wait,
coming
that's-
out here on any tour dates?
No.
Good call.
Eric and I played there. Were you at the show in Indianapolis a couple years ago?
No, I was in Chicago a couple years ago.
All right. Well, we'll move on. Speaking of Chicago, the Chapo boys are in the middle. Would you consider yourself in the middle of a world tour?
We're middle of a
We're
tour.
we're in the shit right now.
Yeah.
And are you just flying around?
Yeah.
You're not on
Pretty
a
much.
bus.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we take planes.
It's 4 Saturdays in October in a row.
This is not a tour, my friend.
No, we've done those.
This is what Jay Leno does on the weekends. That's
Basically, yeah. It's the first for us. We're trying it out differently because we've done the whole thing in one.
Yeah, we will be showing up to each venue though in a Model T Ford though,
Yeah.
like Awooga. Hey everybody, we love cars.
We love cars, folks.
you do love cars.
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
This is I'm gonna share for the first time now. It's like each member of Chapo Trap House owns probably 300 vintage cars.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, the hardest part is where to store them.
Yeah,
where
I
to
know,
keep them.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we like to reenact the cartoon Wacky Races. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go around in
I
circles.
bet you guys
on the
could
desert.
develop that into a Discovery Plus show.
Certainly, yeah.
Top Gear.
Top Gear, yes.
But you're doing the Ace Theater this Saturday?
This Saturday,
Yeah, so
October
the
8th.
Asexual Theater. This
I'm
Saturday.
doing that with you, so I don't
Yes,
know what
you
the
are.
hell I'm going to do. I don't know. What do you want me to do? You want me to
Just vibe.
tell
That's the idea.
stories?
Yeah,
Okay, just hang, just be
hang out.
seen?
Yeah.
Just want me to be seen.
Could you do like 90 minutes of unplanned improv?
Of new, new material?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love
that.
Well, I got nothing.
So you
So
introduce a couple new characters.
Yeah.
Are there lulls in your show, or is it just firing 100?
I mean, if all goes as well, this is a no lull experience that we're
I
promising.
could imagine
here,
a couple of lulls. What is the show? How do you describe it? Is it just you guys bullshitting?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have some stuff planned?
Yeah, no, we plan stuff.
we do have like recorded pieces and,
Okay.
more structured bits, but then the heart of the live show is still, basically the podcast. We're just
Right.
we're
In front
going
of
after
people.
it. We're riffing.
And people love seeing you.
They go crazy for it.
Do you sell merch?
We do.
We
I
do,
don't
but
think we are this
yeah,
time.
not at these tour dates.
Really?
Yeah.
You're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Tell me about it.
We're blowing it.
Yeah.
Well, I sell merch, of course, but much of it goes to charity.
What charity?
The Human Fund. I thought we would play a game or just a topic of interest with the boys later in the show because we have other business to get to. But if you guys out there can join us as we go around the world. I'm just because these guys know so much about what's going on. I've dropped out of paying attention.
That's
I'm
smart.
so
Good move.
so self-centered and really just self-involved. And my children are taking up a lot of my time, more time than I'd ever wanted.
I'll say.
But we're going to check in on the global affairs, stuff here at home. I mean, there's these races, these candidates that are running for office.
Yeah.
Midterm elections.
I want to get your
Here.
10 cents on that.
Yeah.
10 cents on that. That's cool.
excited.
Also, by the way, this Daniel Romano. You're thinking, what is this guy? Some mobster? Okay, Dan Romano's coming here. He's gonna pop me. put a 44 in my back.
Daniel Romano, was he Corky's brother?
Ooh, Corky.
Corky.
That's a quirky observation. Him and his group, they're playing tonight at the Zebulon here in town. And you know I have my issues with Zebulon, but I still think you should go out and see him.
Have you checked in on the
That's very
olives?
magnanimous.
Yeah.
10 p.m.
Have you, the olive situation? Have you?
We're not even going to get into it. Well, I will get into it for your sake.
Oh, no.
Give them a heads up.
They do a pizza there. Now think about this.
Okay. Oh.
With unpitted,
Unpitted olives.
just fucking olives on the pizza.
That's a hazard.
Yeah, it is. It
choking
did.
that.
It literally
It's like
because
break
it's
your
dark
teeth
in
up,
there.
yeah.
It's dark in there. I get the pizza, and it also doesn't say there are olives on there. It's not like you're ordering an olive pizza. It's
just
like
throw
their
them on
pizza.
You're just throwing
Yeah.
olives on everyone's pizza.
What?
There might be a
With-
like a subtitle
Oh, yeah,
with
just a
like
little-
everything
it's
in
not
there.
a name though.
No, it's not olive pizza. I took a bite, nearly, and I've complained to the police. I went to.
I mean, I would have too. Lucky it didn't happen to me because I
litigious type?
stand my ground. No, the Castle Doctrine. If you're attacking me with olives, I have a right to self-defense.
I was dropping my kids off at school this morning, and there's this little intersection about 2 blocks away from the school. I'm doing this, as you can see. And it's a mess. It's like a traffic mess. Like there needs to be a light there. And there's this old guy filming, and he's doing he's like, this is a disgrace. The city of Glendale needs to do something about this. Cars are coming, and it's chaos. I loved it. So
Was he
maybe
the
we'll
one
see
holding
some
up
change.
traffic though? Is he just in the middle
No,
of the show? Okay.
he's not holding up traffic. All right. Daniel Romano and the Outfit, which is his group. They're coming in here. They sound checked. Was that beautiful?
Oh my goodness.
It was.
We're in for a treat, folks.
It was no Bob Weir and John Mayer, that's for sure.
Whoa! I saw that. I saw them at Dodger Stadium.
What do you mean?
I saw
You
the
went to
Dead
the
and Company.
Oh,
I have free
interesting.
tickets. I did not pay to see that.
Well, give me your feedback.
They know how to make the best guitar faces in the industry.
I think G.E. Smith would like to check in with you about
No, you know
that.
what? He's the king, obviously.
Yeah,
G.
yeah.
Smith, all-time go to the guitar face. But when you go, and obviously they're over there small usually,
Yeah.
surrounded by all the ravers and all the
Yeah.
people tripping out. So mostly you're looking at these giant, huge
Screens.
and
Yeah.
it's them close up on the guitar
Yeah.
and then close up on the face.
Play
So
this
it's-
clip now. Now, I wasn't going to bring it up, but play this clip. I wasn't going to ruin the show so quickly, but
Just might get some sleep tonight.
Is that the is that the beginning?
Take a little solo, come on.
No, yeah, bring it back to the first verse, because that's where they really whiff it.
This is on Watch What Happens Live
Yeah.
with Andy Cohen. I wonder
They definitely got their demo
Yeah.
correct.
yeah.
Here comes the harmony blowing.
Night till the morning come around. Said I'll run, but take my time. Friend of the devil is friend of mine. I get home before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight.
He's a little auto-tuned.
Yeah.
That anchor
Not a great
is loving
blend.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he's
love it. He
nuts,
really-
this Andy. What's his problem?
Andy Cohen. He is a woman wrangler.
Yeah, no,
on Bravo.
yeah, he's
He's
the
a what?
he's
the
the
woman
world's,
wrangler.
The woman wrangler.
He's America's best woman wrangler.
Right.
He gets feral women together and exploits them for entertainment
Yeah.
and profit.
And he's a
Drives around
deadhead.
a giant van, looking for women who are unbalanced.
Yeah.
Throws a Chardonnay in their hand, puts them in the back, and then drops them off at a
But
giant
is he
rented,
responsible for these
villa.
reality shows?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah. He's
the
the
Real
Empress-
Housewives specifically.
He's the impresario of the Real Housewives universe.
That's his deal.
Tim, I heard that John Mayer is joining Noodles and Company too.
Wait a minute. Let me think about what that means.
Noodles and Company?
Well, it's Dead and Company.
Cup of
and
noodles.
They laughed.
Daddy?
No, but I don't understand the.
There's a restaurant called Noodles and Company.
Yeah.
How do I know?
That place is great.
You know it, right?
All the starches you could want from all over the world.
Is that a national chain, or
Yeah.
we just?
No, that's
yeah.
a national chain. It's
Okay.
delicious. Also, I like the double meaning because like they like to noodle on their guitars too.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
The Noodlin twins.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on. Did you have a fun? Was it fun?
I mean, they played
It's interesting.
Casey Jones. That's all I want to hear.
Riding that train.
Was there an opening act?
No.
No, they play for like 4 hours, and then there's like a
Drum,
a
the
45
psychedelic
minute,
drum break. Thing?
Yeah, and there's a 45-minute intermission because they got to get the rheumatism and whatever.
They get their shots.
Yeah.
Do they do John Mayer songs?
No, it's just the
Just
dead.
a-
Just dead. Nobody's busting out
Mayor's
anything about
so-
bodies being wonderlands.
Yeah.
I think there would have been a riot if that happened, honestly.
Your body is a wonderland.
Oh, I said,
All right, let's do City of the Day.
George Washington.
It's been really
That's Chicago.
these guests. Everybody loves to name check the cities, and I love it. You're welcome to call out your knowledge of overhead shots of American cities. All right, who's our city of the day? Or what's our city of the day?
Well, I think
is
we
it-
would first
it's
do
a-
our
You do the sponsor.
City of the Day is
Yes,
brought
I'm
to you
sorry.
by-
The city of the day, the subsidiary of the city of the day, is the Python chokeout pillow. The Python pillow. Are you a tough dude who has a hard time falling asleep? Yes. Does your unquenched internal rage keep you tossing and turning all night? If you answered yes, consider getting choked out by the Python pillow. This coil-shaped pillow wraps around your neck and constricts your airflow, causing you to pass out naturally. If you recover consciousness before wake-up time, the Python pillow will automatically constrict again. Trust us, your mind will be blank all night. The programmable Python pillow automatically stops constricting when it's time to wake up, and when you do, you'll feel like you lost a fight, and you'll be filled with rage and ready to seize the day. I see. It's the perfect gift for the badass dude in your life. Office Hours listeners get a free storage pit if they order the week after last by going to chokeout.bloodshot/unconscious_rage. Quench one? Is that _rage quench? Or is
Quench
that just
one.
a typo? Okay, quench one. Let's read that again. Bloodshot/unconscious_rage quench one, and sign up for a subscription to Sledgehammer Magazine. Okay, have a good night for once with the Python pillow. All right, I stumbled through that adequately. Fun stuff.
Is this a Mike Lindell endorsed product?
Well, we were discussing whether it was Mike Lindell. Was it Mike Lindell?
I didn't add Mike Lindell to
We
the.
discussed it.
It'd be very useful if you're having a hard time coming down. After,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I have a mediocre
After a
jingle.
hard day of auditing. The,
Oh yeah, you got a jingle. Go ahead.
My pillow guy.
Wow, those double bass
I
drums
want to
in
do a
there.
lot of
That was
toms in there.
nuts.
Seems very dangerous.
Like
The whole
the pillow
thing
man.
seems very dangerous.
He does make a great product, great pillows.
So that clip from Mike Lindell is from a while ago, but where he was like, there's 100 and what was the number?
300 million.
300 million people that
Yes,
they're
they're
going to
going
be
to arrest
arrested.
300 million
Yep.
people.
Oh yeah.
That's more than there are human beings in the country, right?
Did that happen? No.
Well, you remember Kurt Russell escaped from New York?
Yeah.
Right? We just wall off the lower 48, and they're now a prison. So everyone, like,
We're in prison.
It'd be hard to round up 300 million Americans. So if you just make America a prison,
Right.
all the people who fraudulently voted in the election are now, they've been indicted, they're in jail. They've
What
been brought to
if I
justice.
told you we already did that?
Ooh,
I know. I was going
alright.
to say, sometimes doesn't it feel
It does.
like we're living in a prison?
It does indeed.
Joseph Biden.
Does Alex Jones still go with the Prison Planet nonsense? Is that still
I
a
don't
part
know
of
if he
his...
still hangs out with PJW anymore. PJ
Yeah.
Dub seems to have fallen off. I don't see him
Yeah.
very much
Oh,
anymore.
so Prison Planet wasn't Alex Jones?
Prison-
But he
Planet
used
was
to
a
talk
guy.
about the prison planet, but then the British child
what's
tried
that
to
dude's
turn it
name?
into his own thing. Paul Joffe Watson.
Yeah.
Right, what's up with him?
I know. I don't hear about him anymore.
The last time I saw him was last week when he was
Oh, that's pretty recent.
he was saying like
He's still out there. It's just I have no idea.
the
what
last
he's
time I
up to.
saw Prison Planet, it was actually like I hadn't seen him in a long time, but it was last week. He had a tweet where he was talking about like the gender anarchy is caused by, and he was like, it's going to be a bloody mess when planes start having gender neutral bathrooms, and it was like,
What the...
have you ever been on a plane? What are you talking about?
I've never-
Yeah.
He doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He's shut in.
He's at home.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't... Yeah, I mean, obviously there's just one bathroom, two bathrooms.
Well, if you're lucky, there's two bathrooms, but. And yeah, they couldn't do it on a plane because the line for the ladies' room would be taking forever. You know what I'm talking about?
I had an idea for an ad,
bathroom.
Doug, that I think it might not be good enough for us, but who knows these days. Would be toilet air in every... this might
How
have
dare
been
you?
an
My
idea.
ads have been great.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But
Some of them suck, I know.
some of this, maybe this has been done before, but like toilet air where every seat is a seat. You know, every
yeah.
seat is a toilet seat.
Okay.
Toilet air.
You know, if you have the window seat, you don't have to like ask the other two people to get
Yeah,
up.
you
and
just
have
let
to
it
stagger
go.
to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
that would
you
be
just
good.
Let it go
you just
on
sort of,
toilet
sort of
air.
Get up and slide your
But
pants
is
down and
are
do
there
some
there
business.
like stalls separating everyone, or is it just
No, it's just
No,
open.
no.
have
No,
to-
no,
it's
yeah.
just-
Everyone does it next to
I
each
don't know if
other.
I could do it with people watching.
Well,
Was
you
this Jet
couldn't.
I
Brown?
don't know.
All right.
No one could.
No, it's toilet air.
This isn't really, it's not really something you're proposing about it.
What if it just had a title, like a very innocuous title that, you know, like just Dream Airlines.
Yeah, you don't know.
You had
until
no
you know.
idea. You
difference.
just sit down, and the person next to you just all of a sudden starts taking their pants off.
And then their the
They're off the
safety
whole
video,
time.
they're like, just lift up the back of your seat and you have your toilet right there.
Please lower your toilet seats. That we were coming in for the...
Yeah, no defecating during takeoff or landing.
Can I get one of those? I'm having trouble working this brisket through me. Can I get one of those oxygen masks, please?
Oh,
Talk about snakes on a plane. Those aren't the snakes on a plane.
but it's only number one, and then people abuse that all the time. Strap on this little, like that. Actually, that oxygen tank
You
goes
go
over
right
your
there. There you
ram.
go. And
then
just
off
take
you
it
go.
up. That'd be
What's
perfect.
the city of the day?
Yeah, what is
Who
the city
is
of the
the
day, and
city
who's
of
going
the
to
day?
provide it for us?
Well, let's see.
Just pick some
Verizon 52. Are you there? Verizon 52. Can you unmute? City of the day.
Hello, anybody at home?
Oh, it's VB4. VB3. Sorry.
VB3.
Vic Berger III.
The turd, my grandfather called me.
Oh,
Speaking of potty talk.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
have
I'm
called
sorry,
How's it
that
going?
explains a
You want
lot.
the city of day? Pardon, what'd you say?
Well, where are you calling from? Bethlehem?
Bethlehem, yeah, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I guess that's the city of the day.
yes, it is. Congrats, Dad.
Yay, landed at Bethlehem Steel Company and Music Fest.
What's your favorite diner to go to nowadays?
Favorite diner?
He's the
Well,
mirror
I
in the
got the
back.
Tops Diner, but it's gone now. It's something else.
Oh boy.
So when I was on tour with Vic.
Where are you going?
Dad, sit still.
Hold on a minute.
No, I kind of like the
I know where
motion.
I'm getting a tour from.
I like the movement.
Yeah, we don't need a
Okay.
tour.
Dynamic.
We don't need a tour.
Just sit on the toilet.
Can we see Vic's old bedroom?
Wait, can everybody calm down?
We're excited.
I don't want to see Vic's bedroom. What do you think's going to be up there?
Some
Anyways.
porno mags.
Dad's Playboys.
We're not going there.
Now I'm
Did
getting
you ever
excited.
get caught with some of
I
that
keep
stuff?
it
had it, but he did.
I keep it as a shrine for him if he ever comes home again.
Oh my God! What?
All right, listen.
It's a shrine.
Everybody shut up.
Okay.
It's a shrine for you in case you come home again.
Mr. Berger,
Yes.
Vic on tour would share occasionally that you were a very active concert goer over the summer. Tell us some of the shows you went to go see this summer.
Yeah, you're going to have to ask me now. Let's see. Help. Who did we go see on concert here?
You had
Let him just work.
Okay.
Let him work it.
Lionel Richie. So Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
With his trains.
Counting Crows.
Who?
They were great. Counting Crows.
Counting Crows.
Front row
You know them?
Front row.
Have you always wanted to see the Counting Crows, or is this sort of a
I
last
never
minute?
knew who they are, but I got free tickets. So now I love them. They're great. Man.
How many were there? How many did you count?
I don't know. I'm still counting.
What's
Excellent.
What's Adam
Excellent
Duritz
concert.
looking like these days?
Yeah.
Because I kind of think he's wide. And my guess is
How
he
big
just
is
got
Adam
wider.
Duritz?
The guy with the dreadlocks.
The head,
How's he
the
looking?
main guy.
You know what? He went to therapy. He doesn't have dreadlocks anymore, and he's thin.
Oh wow.
Okay,
He went
this
through
guy's trash.
He went
Get out
through
of here.
therapy to get rid of the dreadlocks.
He got rid of the dreadlocks. He has almost. He's got a little more hair than I do.
All right.
Wow.
The
Did you see or
But
did
they
you?
were-
They were clip-on. I got to tell you that. For honest, to be
true?
honest, yeah.
Did you or did you not see Boy George?
Oh yeah.
Now that was next. Boy George, saw him. It was very good too.
Did he tumble for you?
Did he tumble? No, he didn't tumble.
It's a liar.
Did you do
He's
Red
got
Red
a lot of
Wine?
big clothes on. He's got really big clothes on. I don't know.
Karma
Karma
He's a
Chameleon.
first
yeah.
rapper, you know.
How many times did he do Comma Comma Chameleon?
Just once. I mean, how many times you want it, right?
But you went to see some tribute concerts too, right?
Did I?
At the Steel Stacks.
I don't land.
Oh my God. We don't
All right.
care that much. But
Let's get into the medical situation.
I wanted real quick. I want to do the activity of the day.
We saw El Volo.
El Volo. That's right. And the Italian singers, opera singers, sang to my mom.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh, so the activity of the day, Dad, real quick, is
Activity of the day.
yeah. This is my activity of the day. I don't have the theme song yet. Eventually, I will. But you have to tell. I have to tell a family member, or everyone has to tell a family member that they love them. So,
Oh, that's nice.
So,
Go ahead,
Who do
Dad.
you want to talk to? Me or your mom?
oh my God, she is. See? All right. For the first time in my life,
Wow. Here we go. Let's
There
do
we
it.
go.
Drum roll, please.
I love you, Dad.
Oh, thank you. It's so kind of you.
That's beautiful.
Here, give me a kiss.
You know what? No return.
I know. I said thank you.
Thank you.
Do you, Vic Berger the fourth?
He doesn't know how to handle it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Give him the floor. Question. Vic
I love
Berger
you
the
too,
third.
now that you're out on your own.
Do you
Spending,
love
not living
Vic
in your
Berger the
bedroom.
fourth?
I'm so happy.
Do you love your
I said
son?
I'm so happy. I love you.
You love me or him?
Berger makes a bunch of very
Well, wait
funny
a minute now.
internet videos.
I love you, Victor the Fourth.
Thank you. That's what we're gonna end up.
Hey, I'm texting my mom and sister right now.
Yeah, everybody do it.
Everybody
Yeah.
text
I
them-
just
text your family
called to
members.
say I love you. That's not Lionel Richie or
no, yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie.
Lionel Richie. All right, and how's your health? You're in the hospital?
No. I had a big varicose vein, man.
Yeah.
You want to see it? Big sense of
Fucking hey, kid, lop that leg off, man.
That's better. That's a big improvement right there, Dad.
There
Oh,
it
wait,
is.
here,
That's
where's
a
my
leg
dad?
with
Where's
a
he?
big
Where'd he
hacking
go?
vein in it.
Where do you see him? Oh, okay.
We just
I sent it to Vic.
disgusted many people watching right now. So what happened? How did they get rid of that?
How do they get rid of that? Well, they find the vein in the part. They start at the bottom, like below your knee, and then they have an ultrasound and they shove a wire all the way up the vein out till you get to the top, and then they have super glue. As they pull the thing out, they put glue along the line of the vein and they squish it shut, and the vein eventually dies. So it's already getting better already.
It's already
So
dying.
They're killing him.
It's already dying.
They kill your veins.
Wow.
But
You know, and I
it was
knew
done in
things
the
were.
office.
I knew things
done
were
in the
fucked
office,
up for our
you know.
future. Excuse me. Excuse me. Quiet.
What'd you do?
I'm just trying to talk.
Okay, go ahead.
I knew things. I knew things was going to be no future.
No future.
Because when I was in high school or something, my grandmother's in her 80s had varicose veins that were not health concerns. They were just kind of, unsightly, and could get them removed under Medicare. And it was just like this money doesn't seem to be being spent well, right? Like, that's,
Well, maybe she wants to go to the beach. Maybe she wants to show off those gams.
80 years old. I think she could live with some fucking lines on her legs. Believe me, they could start working on her. They'd be there all year. Lifting. Anyways, we're happy you're healthy, though. I tell you what.
Oh, yes.
Do you need to change anything about your behavior, your lifestyle, your health, your diet, or anything to avoid further varicose vein disruptions
they
in your
tell
life?
you gotta have a good diet, good exercise, and you can't strain when you're on the toilet. That's the main thing.
Let it flow.
Nobody's straining. That's what you just blow out those veins.
So that's how you did this.
Don't be constipated.
Oh my God.
Medications do it. Certain meds. So you gotta watch.
Well, thank you, Dad, and I'm glad
All
you're
right,
gonna be
thank
around
you.
for
Hey,
a
you
while.
guys are doing a good job there, and hey, excellent concert and tour you did there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Vic.
We saw you in Philadelphia. The crowd loved you. They're up dancing everywhere. It was great. The comedy and the band and everything was good.
Thank you,
and you had a
sir.
good
Thank
crew.
you, Dad.
You had a very good crew. Excellent job. So
How about that piano
maybe
player?
I'll follow to Europe. I'll be a roadie
Okay.
in Europe if you ever go there. Med.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, love you.
All right, goodbye.
Love you, Vic.
Love you.
Oh, look at that. He does love you. I think he
I love you all.
does.
And Matt. He's my
Oh, and Matt.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Hey, and,
It's
hey,
Mr.
no,
All
Berger.
right, goodbye.
Two guys in the hallway. Two guys in the hallway.
Yes,
in
the
the
two guys
hallway
in the
there?
hallway. Vic,
The vestibule. They're
Wes
great.
and Luke.
The sound and the
Yeah.
video.
Guys, no.
Good. All right,
Thank
can
you. Guys in the hallway.
Guys in the
Bye.
hallway. Nothing
Bye,
about
Dad.
me.
Yeah, bye.
Thank
Jesus.
you. Bye. Thanks,
Some
Matt.
guests, man.
Love you,
I know.
Mr.
I
Berger.
love the guests too.
Goodness, thank you.
I like that. That's a good
That's
exit
great,
music
yeah.
for guests. Let's talk to a normal person.
Let's try the. Or you guys want to argue with somebody?
Oh, sure.
Or you want to argue with the Biden head?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Grant.
Massive
You're on.
dumps.
Grant.
Yo,
I get
what
to
up?
sit this one out.
No.
Hey,
Can
Grant.
you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Grant,
great.
what's up, Grant?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good.
Good.
Grant, are you a
Listen,
political
I wanna-
operative?
Yeah, so actually I just took my first non-political job. So I've been
Raytheon?
doing it for about 13 years. So yeah, I just left politics literally 2 weeks ago. I accepted a job with an international firm. So,
Noodles and
Interesting.
Company?
McKinsey?
This is the Central Intelligence
it's not
Agency.
McKinsey. It is a competitor of McKinsey.
I've been reading
okay.
about.
Yeah.
The guys from the New York Times that wrote that book about McKinsey.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy. It sounds really good.
It's pretty great.
You
What
read
kind
it?
of stuff
Listen,
do you
I-
consult on?
Finance. So basically, telling political campaigns how to raise money is my primary background there. So, and I worked with the Biden campaign in 2020. In fact, I called in during the 9 to 5 pandemic special when the pandemic first started, and I was chatting with you guys, and I actually had a great conversation with you and with Tim and Vic, and I was very proud of it. And so I sent it to my little brother. And he called me back laughing his ass off because he was like, "Did you see the YouTube comments?" And I said, "No." And literally everybody is calling me a bootlicker in the comments.
Sir, you have
this
been
is a very-
corn cob.
This is a very Bernie heavy
Sure,
crowd.
of
here,
course.
which
Well,
is
the
totally
comments are a nasty place. Just a
Very
nasty.
nasty. Very nasty people.
Yeah, they're just. Imagine. Have you ever commented on a YouTube video?
It's never occurred to me.
No, it doesn't seem to be productive. Productive use of prose. Okay, so what's your beef with the Chapo boys?
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, so my beef is more or less with the folks that I think are always mad that we don't get more than what we
want, I guess, or excuse me, that we don't get like 100% of what we want, and instead get, some percentage or fraction of it. And I always feel like I have this conversation. A lot of my friends are Bernie bros and stuff, and the way that I go about the conversation is like, you can either get 40% of what you want, or you can get 0%.
I would like 40. That 40 sounds good.
Okay, I just like. But let me tell you something, you pusillanimous shit waffle. I'll suck you in the goddamn mouth and you'll stay plastered. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like. No, I hear what you're saying, but like, yeah, 40% sounds
wonderful.
That sounds great.
I would take 40%.
I would just say like.
What do you think it's? What do you think a fair number is?
What's a fair percentage about what we're getting versus what we want?
What's the percentage that you'd say we're at?
Oh, I do think that we're probably close to like less than half or something like that. Like somewhere between 30 and 40% is probably what we're generally getting.
Of what are we talking about?
Well, at least in this past Congress is what.
Okay, but what's 100 though? Like what
100% would be 100% would be like, completely socialized medicine, a welfare state that's robust.
We're halfway there?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
How many people? Well, wait. How many people right now don't have health care in the United States? At least like either private or Medicare or Medicaid.
I have health insurance, but I don't consider myself in any way covered by it. I won't use it because it doesn't work.
Right.
But I pay for it, so I'm covered. I'm in there. I have health insurance. It does not do me any good. I will probably die because I ignored something that I would rather just not think about than have to deal with the healthcare system. So I'll just let you know. The number doesn't really tell you that.
How many people are uninsured? Like 30 million? Is that a ballpark?
It's less than that, but yeah, it's probably in the like 15 to 16 million. I think is like what the estimates are right now.
Yeah, I think to Matt's point though, it's like that's a problem, but like the much larger problem is people who actually have health insurance, and the problem is their health insurance, because it basically takes a huge chunk of their income and doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't cover anything.
If we're 40% to the in your estimation, if we are 40% along the road to completely abolishing private insurance companies from existing, then. That you just made my day.
40% is representative of people that are just within the privatized insurance system, and you don't find that to be subsistent.
Because of the ACA and because we've pushed so many people into the system, it's going to get so top heavy that there's going to be market failure and the government's going to have to take it over.
And then they're going to do a great job, like with everything else they've done. Like the infrastructure is collapsing. They're going to have to fix it all, right?
Right.
Well, we just passed a
multi-billion dollar I'm sorry, we aren't going to fix the infrastructure. It's all going to be done.
Wait, talk about the infrastructure bill.
I'm very excited.
Is there anything there?
I don't care. I don't know. Here's the thing.
Okay, let Matt talk.
You say we're 40% to some imaginary 100. That's fine for you. But that doesn't mean anything to me, because in my mind, when I look at where we are, my 100% and forgetting even my preferences, the planet that we're on, its viability in the near term, I would say we're more at 0.0%. So
0.0% is low.
We're 0.0% is where I would say I would round to where we are relative to where we need to be.
I guess
that's
okay. You got the numbers. What do you say?
Well, I wanted to talk about the infrastructure bill, but I'll talk about the climate change stuff as well. I mean, I think that you have to chip this thing away. You can't flip something over on its head because everybody will snap back, or you just won't be able to pass the legislation. For instance, in the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act, there was a significant a significant investment in the EV infrastructure. There's literally a plan to build out the EV infrastructure all around the East Coast and the West Coast, and to connect major metropolitan areas.
But is there also not massive new leases for oil and natural gas drilling in that very same bill?
But that's of course. But that is a part of the wheeling and dealing of the system. It's
you're talking in the human terms, give and take, backslapping, making deals. But the whole time that's happening, the atmosphere is filling in a way that is not related to our human scales, and is creating feedback loops that are radically going to change any terra firma that you think you're operating off of. So it's
Right,
like, oh
right,
yeah,
right.
we got to give Manchin the thing. And yeah, you do. You have to give Manchin those leases, or it's not going to pass. But by doing that, you are unleashing things that the system cannot process.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Is that either A, you get something of what you want, which
But
is like,
you?
let's say the EV,
Here's
the
the
EV
thing. I'm not
infrastructure.
you. You're in the thing. I'm out. For what you want is, let's be frank, also going to help your career, right? Like keep you in a house at home. Like you work in politics. Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but you're
I left politics, but
aren't you still convincing or telling politicians how to raise money?
Are you a lobbyist?
No.
I thought you said that was the
totally out of it.
consultant.
I'm totally out of it.
Okay, so now you're just consulting the financial people, the people who pay
Right. Well, then
politicians.
I'm consulting on technology or like tech startups and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
So the people who, if they're lucky and they are able to snow enough people and get enough fake money in their fake companies, are going to be able to then buy the politicians.
yeah,
and
these
tell
are
them
these
what
are
to do.
mostly
Well,
these
listen.
are mostly bootstrapped.
Sure, they all are. They're all
right,
bootstrap guys.
But listen, let me ask Matt. I'll counter to you. This is a very fairly nihilistic, right, view, because it seems like the problem is simply too big to solve.
Well, no, the thing is, you have to wonder. You have to like figure what your role in it is, and like if you are in it, you have to see it a certain way. But if I'm not in it, I am free to not have to have these fake conversations. I don't have to lie to myself.
Right.
To convince myself this matters because it's not my job.
Right.
And so I no longer get mad. I will admit, we came up, yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
But now I realize that was always pointless because everyone is doing what they have to do,
Right.
and what they think they need to do. Everyone has convinced themselves that they're doing what needs to be done, and by their calculus, they're right. So there's no point getting mad at anybody for not doing what they like. Yelling at the Democrats, I've realized, is completely futile. They can't do anything else.
Right.
So getting mad at them implies that there's another course.
And you don't think there is?
No.
So we're just in
a quick rebuttal
we're in a
to
death
Matt.
spiral.
Quick rebuttal to Matt. I think there is point. I think there's a lot of good reason to get mad at people like this guy. Cut this bozo's mic off. Get out of here, you bum.
He's on my show. You watch it. He's my audience. You can take it offline if you want.
No,
But
it's
this
like
is-
corn cob this bitch.
It's not
Everyone in the comments, gang up
nihilistic
on this
because
guy.
The very thing that is like putting us on this doom track are these institutions that are also being destroyed by the same centrifugal forces and entropy as everything else, which means we're all still going to be people who have to do what we got to do.
Right.
And what that means is going to change as conditions change. And that means hope always exists because change is the only constant.
Your final word, sir.
Well, I was going to say, because we brought up the infrastructure bill earlier. I grew up in Alabama, and something I have worked on since the first campaign that I did was access to the internet in rural areas, and that is a very difficult thing. It's
So they
very
can get on
difficult to
Facebook and
convince
get
people to-
red pill.
Right, and get on
Pornhub at age
Instagram
10
or
and
whatever.
just become a
But they
serial
got
killer.
they got $70 billion worth of investment in that infrastructure across the country for rural broadband, which is huge. That's a big fucking deal. That is gonna change how people interact with the economy in the rural America.
They're going to learn to code, you mean?
They're going to get much more Amazon Prime deliveries driven to their.
It's true.
Their shacks.
And they're going to be coding. They're going to be coding in the swamps.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So good talking to you.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
The planet's saved by more internet in Alabama.
Yeah.
Just for
all right. Thanks for calling in. Love you very much.
Love you. So no new.
Soy no
no.
Take care, Grant.
Just could everyone in the comments just like please track this guy down?
No.
I think he's been corncobbed to a permanent end. I think Matt definitely handled that troll.
No, I see. The thing is that when he said he's from Alabama, like when you grow up in that environment, like how are you supposed? You have to cling to those institutions that like are any kind of deliverance from the just genocidal maniac, political death cult that like runs half the country. I understand that.
Yes. I mean, listen. I'm with you, Matt. That I feel like I'm like, Adam Curtis in hypernormalization, being like, the
I'm
problems
friends
have
with
gotten
George
too
Bush.
complicated. I think the systems that have been created are too intertwined, and so all that politics is distraction from this inevitable course that we're on.
Yeah. And I mean, you're going to get wins and losses along the way, and people are going to work those jobs. But like, as a person who is observing it, what I'm trying to get away from is the instinct to like be rooting for like an outcome or something, or like trying to like pick some group of people or some project that like this is going to be the one, because it's fine if you do that, but you have to absorb that it's essentially like rooting for a football team or something. Like its impact on your life will be incredibly marginal.
And then when those people get in there, they have to they're going to have to play the game. They're going to have to work with people who are establishment and want to just keep that train going.
Right.
Like do so much.
Like the thing that gets me is they talk about the we, and that is a huge that's a big this conceptual framework that people use, and it obscures a lot, because like we do think of a we like the American people or the American electorate or Democratic voters or the Democratic Party or whatever. But like the only we that matters in terms of outcomes is the people who pay the people who are in office. I mean, there's no influence from below, because everybody can only vote, right? That's all we can do. We spend a lot of time like talking about our beliefs and like reifying them one way or another, but all we actually can do, or really allowed to do with them, besides like demonstrate maybe if they don't shoot you in the face, is vote.
Right.
And all you're doing is offering one vote among a countless sea of votes to send people to a job where every day their day is structured around raising money
to keep
an office from people, or more importantly, really setting up their job after they leave office.
Right.
And that influence that's concentrated. It's a smaller group of people with money and have an actual goal they want to see carried out, as opposed to just, hey, we're the people who voted for Democrats. Please go do Democrat stuff.
Please make things better.
Yeah.
Is there any to take this guy's side? Is there any argument to there is a genuine theocratic fascist movement on the right that might, if in power, might radically change like our lives in a negative way.
But they're already doing that, and like that's the thing. It's like I'm sympathetic to that argument of just like triage, like because like all things being
stopgap,
equal, like rather have like a senile, incompetent Joe Biden over like like a fully integrated like theocratic like Christian right wing government, and like whatever they're gonna. But like the thing is, they're already doing all of the bad things to us that they want to do, and I think it's just the problem is like the Democrats are not. They're not like the safeguard against that. I think like the more you invest in them, or the more you have to rely on them as the thing that's going to protect you from the worst possible outcome, I think it only like ensures that the worst outcome will happen. I think it strengthens the hand of, and like it just sort of accelerates the speed at which we all,
And there's a concrete example of this that makes any talk about what about the fascists? From anyone who is like a part of the Democratic Party or like an active partisan, is that the Democratic Party they're talking about is using millions of dollars that they have raised from people who are terrified of the possibility of these election-denying fascists from coming to power to run ads on behalf of the theocratic fascists.
Right. That's like a strategy.
Yes.
That's like a political 3D chess.
And Hillary, we know from the emails, Hillary and her campaign did the same thing with Trump in 2016.
Right. Yeah.
So here you have the party that's supposed to be stopping fascism from coming, actively bringing it about.
Their strategy is to have the two sides,
but what they don't realize is that because they think, because we're hollow, and all we can do is look good in comparison, then we have to raise up the big psychos, and then we can beat them. But you might win a few races that way, but you're also going to, over time,
it's normalization of that, of the radicals.
And the assumption is like, well, they're always going to be, people are going to see them and think that they're extreme and they're going to prefer us. But because of the hollowness, if things get worse over time, even someone who at one point looks out of the bounds crazy becomes reasonable because they're addressing the sense of crisis people have.
Right.
And that's the real problem here. And the reason the Democrats cannot cannot save us, because the Democrats are structurally and constitutionally resistant to addressing the actual feeling that people have that things are bad.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then they, over time, are no longer a viable political party. Because if people feel...
The Republicans have captured, the right has captured the imagination of being honest about that there is a crisis
their answers
at many
are
levels.
insane
But their answers
gibberish.
are insane. Right.
But they think, well, the insane gibberish is going to turn people off. The insane gibberish is just gilding, because again, you're only voting for someone to go and do something. You're not really voting for like a concrete thing.
Right.
You're voting for a vibe.
Right.
And a vibe of something wrong is happening, even if their explanations are crazy, like weather machines and QAnon or whatever.
Yeah.
The acknowledgement of conditions is more sane than looking at a Democrat who's like, what are you talking about?
All's
Everything's
good.
okay. And it's actually Russian misinformation to say that anything's wrong.
Right.
I think the other, like, the horrible straitjacket that this presents, like, you know, anyone who does not relish the idea of like total Republican control of our government, which, like, let's be honest, is basically
It's not good, folks.
It's basically already what we have now, because like due to
two-thirds of the
gerrymandering
country,
and the thing is though, like, when every election becomes like a crisis for democracy, that like you just like forget everything else, you just have to stop these truly awful, insane, evil people from taking power because we know what they're going to do. They're doing it right now. Then it means that like anyone of conscience, like it means you're like now morally like held hostage, like you have to vote for the Democrats. But if you do that reliably, and then every election keeps getting worse, and you have to become even more reliable of a voter for the Democratic Party, then you're just proving to them over and over again that they don't have to do anything for your vote.
Right.
They just have to exist and not be as...
Even though their existence is the gravity well that is pulling all the insane people into government in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Vic?
I
thought you were...
I had some stuff I forgot what I was going to say. But no, I was going to say, I think like the left just needs like not a Trump figure, but somebody that like out there and like this like mouthpiece for everything and just tells you what's wrong, and just somebody that you can like,
I gotta
stand
say,
behind. That, you know. So
we went. You were there for the Marianne show, or
yeah.
There in time? So we saw.
I was there.
We saw Marianne Williamson, who ran for president in 2020. I'd seen her a few times. I actually went to.
She's into like love will heal. She's like kind of
healing lady.
Kooky.
She's on
Miracles,
Oprah a lot.
things like
She's
that.
on Oprah a lot.
Right.
She's been on your show.
New Age.
Yeah.
And I went to a fundraiser in 2020 for her at Deepak Chopra's apartment. And she gave this speech, and it was just sort of a generic political like speech. And the thing is, and she talked in terms that make Democratic media people would make them very uncomfortable and make them cringe, because she talked in terms of like spiritual sickness.
Right.
Like America is this country that like has a deep spiritual problem. Like Trump is a manifestation of like spiritual sickness. Sure. And of course, for Democrats look at that and it's like, ooh, this is woo-woo. This isn't like my epic science. Where's my Bill Nye?
Yeah.
And even liberals, even like a leftist, like, that's not very Marxist of you. You're talking about capitalism, Marianne. Maybe mention that.
Yeah.
But I watched it and I just thought, like, there is a world where like she was able to be some part of some cultural process, product that was able to like create a mainstream left-wing cultural critique of the drift of American society. But because our institutions essentially must invalidate that strain, because the Democratic Party can't talk about spirituality at all, but it also can't talk about any foundational problems with anything. I mean, they're ringing the bell every day about how fascism is on the march, but it is literally what? It's a Russian internet invention. I mean, it's not. They cannot acknowledge that it is part of a broader structural rot in this country, which is why they can't address the moment, and why their elected officials and candidates they sound soulless. They sound like they have nothing within them. They are neither hot nor cold, but lukewarm. You want to spew them out of your mouth. And I just think about how like there was a coalition of people who like have a language for critiquing the current moment that together could have become meaningful, but that would have required the institutional and structural mechanisms to capture and amplify those voices, which we don't
never
have.
will. Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Let's bring in somebody, maybe somebody else.
And let's start resetting.
Oh,
for
we've got the band, Daniel Romano, coming up.
Don't mind scooching over to the piano band.
You want to do that now, man?
Yeah, we should go to the piano
Yeah,
bench
we
now.
should do it.
All right, stay on the mic.
Again, another show that's flying by, folks. We need to do a 7-hour show every day. It's the only way we're going to handle it.
Let's go to the hotline, yeah? Someone wants to apologize to Vic for something.
Oh, I'll take that. Who wants to apologize to Vic?
What happened?
Mike? Are you on the line?
Someone wants to say sorry to me?
Mike on the hotline.
I'll
You're
take an
live.
apology.
Hi, Vic.
Who is this?
Vic, I want to apologize to you for all the lies and false accusations that I've made over the last few years. The doxing, the harassment, and the threats that came from my fans. I really didn't realize the impact I was having on you.
Oh, that's okay, man. It's all good. It was all you.
Who are your
Do you mind
fans?
if I plug my new book? I don't want to cut you off, but
Is this like Gavin McGinnis or something?
Oh, maybe. Who is this?
It's Mike Cernovich.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike Cernovich is on the line.
Weird Mike is in the
That's
house?
cool. How you doing, buddy?
Well, over the last few years, I've been thinking about my gorilla mindset, and I realized that to have a mindset like a gorilla, you have to have a body set like a gorilla.
Oh. So you've been like
coming out with a new book.
All right, I'm getting coffee. Enjoy the rest of this conversation.
Okay.
You have to have your body set like a gorilla. You have to look like a gorilla to think like a gorilla.
Can I ask you something though? You set up your whole workout routine and mindset about gorillas, but I think gorillas if they look into a mirror, they get scared, right? And don't they run away? They're afraid of their reflection. Why is that an attribute that I want to have?
That's what sparked it for me.
Yeah.
When I look in the mirror, I get scared. I do not like what I see.
But now you're okay with it after your mindset training?
Well, after I realized I need to embrace being a gorilla.
Mm-hmm. Cool, man. Are you?
I think that's all he's got.
Do you visit the zoo? Well, Mike.
So that's all I
Weird
got.
Mike.
Sorry,
You're welcome to call in anytime, Weird Mike. I enjoyed it.
Vic, I've got a gorilla fact for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some gorilla mindset for you.
Okay.
Based on like the disparity between the size of their body and the size of their genitals, gorillas have the smallest penis in the animal kingdom.
Oh no!
I know.
That is a
I was
fact.
about to mention that too. But
All right. Well, you know what? Will did.
I've been disappointed one too many times, Tim.
Can Will get credit for that?
Well, I was going to discuss it with Will. I didn't want to.
People always say, "Oh,
I
King Kong can't see his penis." You wouldn't be able to.
King Dong.
King Kong is accurate.
Is not.
King Dong. It's not King Dong.
So you can confirm.
I think it
this.
has to do with. Well, it's boring stuff, science stuff.
Vic, have you been
We'll
up
talk
on
after.
Well, the band is ready.
I completely checked
If
out.
we're gonna do a transition.
I'll give you a weird mic update.
I would love to
after the
hear
band.
about it.
We're doing it.
I watched it. There was like drug. Sorry.
We're doing a transition from gorilla penises to Daniel Romano and the outfit with the opposite vibe of that conversation. Take it away, Daniel.
Take away my skin, oh friend. Take away my give me human touch. Well, I don't need a thing, but I really wanna sing. Take everything away if you think you must, and I'll be dancing on the ashes of human touch. Open up my lungs, old friend. Open up my lungs in me. Leave me standing on an English highway. I'm gonna sing anytime I breathe. Old friend, gonna sing anytime I breathe. 'Cause me, I don't need much. Give me human touch. Well, I don't need a thing, but I really wanna sing. Take everything away if you think you must, and I'll be dancing on the ashes of human touch.
Hey! All right, we're going to be back with the Chapo Boys, Daniel Romano in the house, and your calls and much, much more. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Stick around. Join patreon.com/office hours live. Would you give me 5,000 of your patrons? We could talk.
We'll do
Okay.
a deal. We'll do a deal.
All right, be back in a few.
I'm Fabio, and I'm very interested in what makes romance work. I want to share with you my recipe for a perfect evening, an evening for two lovers.